You're listening to Rockin' Country Radio, today's hottest country and more. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to Rockin' Country Radio. I'm your host, DJ Delta Dawn. It is Tuesday, and it is a wonderful week so far. And I was just telling our guests right before we went live that this week, from about Sunday to today, has been picture perfect weather-wise. I mean, we have had low humidity, which is incredibly uncharacteristic for North Carolina. The temperatures have been in the low 70s. I believe we're going to have an early fall, which is also very weird for us because usually we're still burning up with high 90s and the humidity is 4,000 degrees, you know. But it has been a welcome change, and I hope wherever you are, your weather is wonderful. I hope that your weekend was great and your week is off to a tremendous start. You know, this is the last full work week before we go into a long holiday weekend, which I'm looking forward to. And this coming weekend is like our final weekend of summer. Can you believe it? I mean, the summer has flown by, and as we've been doing our show and watching all these great artists out on the road, they've had busy summers, as our guest has, and it's just helped everybody. I mean, it's just helped everything fly by. It's been crazy. So we want to welcome everyone to our show tonight, and if you're a first-time listener, thank you for joining us. We are glad you are here, and I tell you picked a great night to tune in because our guest tonight, she is so good, and you are absolutely going to love her. I want to give you a little background on who she is before we get rolling, and I bring her on. She hails from Tucson, Arizona. And, you know, it's been said that she may look like an angel, but there's more to her than meets the eye. She really does know how to get down country style and isn't afraid to show it. She's got a brand new EP called Hoot and Holler, which showcases her infectious personality with her boot-stompin tunes, and two of which we're going to be featuring tonight, Booming the Boondocks and Shakin in Your Boots. But a lot of people may remember her from American Idol Season 9, where she auditioned and she actually secured a spot among the top 20 finalists. I remember seeing her, so as I know many of you did, but she has gone on from there, and her career is off and rolling, and she's doing some great things in the world of country music. And so we are just thrilled and pleased tonight to welcome to our show Miss Haeley Vaughn. Hello, Haeley.
Hi, how are you? Oh, my gosh, you said the best thing. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here. It is an honor to have you. And, you know, as I was saying in the intro, you being on American Idol, I remember seeing you on there. And, you know, and then when we decided we were going to have you on the show, it was like, wow, this is so surreal, you know, for us especially. But just to see how your career has kind of evolved since leaving American Idol, it's just been amazing. And I tell you, you have such a great voice, and I love your EP.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot. I really appreciate it. Thank you for having me, too. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, you are welcome. We are glad to have you. And so, you know, there's so much to talk about in such a short period of time, but I guess the first place I want to start, because I know a lot of listeners tonight know you from American Idol. So if you don't mind, touch a little bit on that experience about being on the show, especially I know there are probably some people listening out there who have either thought about auditioning or are planning to audition in the future, and would probably appreciate some really good advice or pointers that you could give them, having been a part of the show.
Absolutely. Well, you know, American Idol, I auditioned when I was so young. I was 16, and I had just turned 16, and it was, to this day, probably one of the best decisions I've ever made career-wise. It was just, you know, I'd watched the show and been a huge fan from day one, season one. And so as soon as I turned old enough, I was like, I know what I want to do. Like, I'm so excited. And so I had a blast on the show. And honestly, I would encourage anybody that has dreams of a music career to go for it. Because it's like, I mean, you can't go wrong. You audition, you get to meet amazing people, work with such great, you know, musicians and judges. And it was a blessing. It really was.
Well, and I tell you, especially for anyone, like you said, aspiring to get into music and chase their dreams, you know, if you're fortunate enough like you were to make it onto American Idol and to have that chance to audition in front of the judges and just really, you know, have that whole experience, I mean, that certainly doesn't hurt your career aspirations at all. And talk about some ways that has kind of helped you, because for one thing, I mean, I think America first came to know and love you on American Idol, and you really just you just charmed your way into everyone's hearts. I just remember you being this very bubbly and effervescent person that your personality and your enthusiasm is just very contagious. And I know that was one of the things that just America loved about you.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, American Idol taught me everything. It taught me so much about the music career, and it was almost in a way like a music boot camp. Like, you go on the show and you're hit with all this information and things that you have to do in this lifestyle that you want to live, hopefully by the grace of God one day. And so, I learned so much, and after the show I was able to move to Nashville, where I am now, and I'm here working, and it's been amazing. It really has.
Yeah, well, and now let's talk a little bit about your move to Nashville, because, that I'm sure was so different from the whole American Idol experience. And since you've gotten to Nashville, I mean, you now have a brand new EP out. Talk a little bit about some of the things that have been happening for you since you've been there.
Well, I moved to Nashville, and I was immediately, obviously, it's Music City, and so everybody here does music, and that was such a great feeling because you just feel at home. And so I started writing a lot more when I got to Nashville, and I was introduced to this whole new world of like co-writing and writing with other people. And, Nashville in itself has taught me a ton. And since I've been here, I've been recording, writing. I've got, the opportunity to play a lot of the cool venues here. Like Bluebird Cafe was one of the best nights of my life. I got to play there last summer. And everybody is just so kind here, and we're all trying to do the same thing. It's like a big old family.
Yeah, that is one thing I often say about country music, and that is the camaraderie and the collaboration that takes place. I mean,
right.
Even though everybody's out, trying to fulfill their dreams, achieve their dreams, and go for big things, I've never seen a genre of music that is more welcoming and more, you've got so many cheerleaders that are in your corner and so much support.
Absolutely.
That, you've got the big time stars that are looking to get, the up and coming stars on their tours and tickets and playing and collaborating and writing. I mean, it is just unbelievable how, and I think that's one of the reasons why it works so well in Nashville. And you've got so many people going to Nashville to chase their dreams because of the fact that you have that. You don't find that in any other genre of music. Other genres are so competitive that people are afraid to help each other,
I agree. In Nashville, and that's what I love so much about country music fans as well, is that they're some of the most loyal people that you'll ever meet. And here it is. It's like you're a big family. Everybody, is right there with you, and it's great. It's a great feeling.
Oh, yeah. And let's talk about your fans for a minute, because as I said earlier, I mean, people first really came to know Haeley Vaughn on American Idol, but I mean, now that you've kind of branched out and you're doing the country thing in Nashville, I mean, you have gained so many more fans by virtue of performing, and it seems like every time I'm on, social media, I'm seeing somebody tweeting you or retweeting something you've said, and your fan base is just incredibly supportive.
They really are, and and they've been there from day one. My very first audition on American Idol, and there is nothing better than a good fan base, and I am so appreciative of everybody, that loves my music and that is still so supportive to this day. It's like the greatest feeling in the world, and I love everybody. Love them to death.
Oh, yeah, and you're just going to continue to acquire more fans, you realize, as you go forward, because you're doing so many incredible things. And talk a little bit about what your summer has consisted of, because I know you've been incredibly busy. You've been out promoting the new EP, which is phenomenal, by the way. I love every cut on that. It's awesome, and it's fun. It's one of those, I love to listen to it when I had a really tough day at work or come in and, you just need a great pick-me-up. That's the go-to. That's the go-to EP because it's fun and you can just hear your personality coming through on it, full force, Yay.
Well, I appreciate that. And that's good. That's what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to want to get up and dance for sure. This summer has been crazy. Yeah, this summer, I play just about every weekend downtown on Broadway at the Tootsie's here. And so, as you know, that place is always packed, and I get to meet even more people and more fans throughout, from everywhere in the U.S. and everywhere. So I've been really fortunate to do that. And I just actually got back from Panama City Beach, and got to perform down there for 2 weeks, which was so fun, and the people were amazing, and it's been quite the ride. I've been so busy and loving every second.
And I imagine Panama City Beach, from what I understand, that's one of the funnest places in the world to go. Talk about a party atmosphere. Oh, my gosh.
I know.
In the right place at the right time, right?
It was. You know what? And it was so fun. And everybody is like 100% party mode. So it's like the perfect place to be. And they appreciate the music. And our band had a blast.
Oh, that's so great. Well, talk about, if you don't mind, what are some things that you've got in store for fans that they can look forward to as, we get into fall? I mean, we're kind of transitioning now from the great summer of all these awesome country anthems and music, and people have been on tour, and now they're coming off the road. So what have you got in store?
Well, I mean, this fall and this new year coming, I am going to be obviously recording new music, which I'm super excited about. I know, I released Hoot and Holler, and it's all very upbeat and fun music and stuff like that. And, for this next album, I want to still keep the fun dance vibe, but I'm also going to have a little bit of some slow songs on there as well. And so I look forward to doing that and, doing a music video. Music video will be out soon. I'm excited about that.
Awesome.
So many different things. And, just continuing to travel and meet all of my different fans from everywhere. I mean, it's such a great opportunity to have, and I'm just so blessed and really looking forward to this year.
Well, I know that as you've kind of gone along in your career from AI to now, and you've done some incredible things. You've worked with some amazing people, especially on this current EP. But if you had the chance to collaborate with anyone or do a duet with someone on a future album, who would it be?
Oh my gosh, I love okay. That's a hard question. I love so many different artists. Florida Georgia Line is one of my favorite groups right now. Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean, Miranda Lambert to me is like my idol. I look up to her. She's amazing. I love her music. Carrie Underwood. I mean, oh my gosh, everybody. I love everybody. I would have to say Luke Bryan. I just love his vibe. I love his music. And it's fun, and I can relate to every single song.
And every single one of them that you named, I could so see you doing a duet with. And you know what I would love, which I think would be an ultimate dream duet with you, would be for you and Carrie to do a duet together, some type of collaboration because of the AI experience that you both had.
Yes.
You share that bond there, and, Carrie having won American Idol and you having been on American. I mean, to me, that would just be the coolest thing in the world. And I know a lot of fans would love that too, And of course, there's, it's, again, I go back to the fact that country music is just such a different genre from other genres of music out there, because I've asked this question many times to other artists in other genres, and they are real quick to just name one or two people. But in country music, you just can't do that because there are so many amazingly, it really is, there are so many amazingly talented people. And again, because the vibe is so welcoming and so collaborative that, you almost want to work with everyone if you get the chance. I mean, that is I think a country artist's dream when you come to Nashville, right, because of the opportunities, and so what is your, I know you reside in Nashville now. What is your favorite thing about the city since you've moved there, or the most surprising thing that I think we all in our mind, if we've never been to Nashville, which I can say I've never been, and I hope to get there eventually, but I think everybody that's never been, we always have this perception of what Nashville is, and you just, Music Row being what it is, and Nashville as a whole, and I think everybody has this perception, but for you, what was it like when you moved there? What was the most surprising or eye-opening thing, do you think?
The most surprising thing was just how nice everybody is. And, I mean, really, and everybody, the South is just like, it is a new world. People are friendly here, and, they ask how you're doing no matter where you are. That was the most, I think, shocking thing. I was like, oh, my gosh, like, they're not bitter and it's 5 o'clock in the morning. They're so nice and welcoming, and I love that about the South and Nashville. The other thing is just everywhere you go is full of life in music, and it really is an entertainment capital for real. I mean, it's everywhere you go. I mean, every night there's something to do, and you're just always entertained, and I love that. I love having fun and just being busy and the atmosphere of everything.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I think that would be the thing that I would love the most about going to Nashville is just that energy, that nonstop energy. Because, like you said, there's something for everyone in Nashville to do. My girls have actually been to Nashville and absolutely loved it, and they said if they could go back anywhere in the world, that would be their place. Nashville they were sold and fell in love with it from the word go. And so, it is amazing how it just kind of draws you in, and you just get sucked in by Nashville, and then it just grabs you and holds on. And I have to talk about your hometown for a moment, because have you actually had the opportunity to go back to play in Tucson or in Arizona since you have been on your musical journey?
No, and I would love to. I've not. I mean, I've gone back and visited, obviously, for holidays and stuff, but to do a show there would be amazing, and I haven't gotten to do that yet. That's funny that you say that. Like, I really would love to. But
oh my gosh,
I look forward to doing that one day for sure.
You've got to put that in the 2015 plans. I mean, you've got to go do a show. And I have to tell you, I had the good fortune of going on a business trip to Tucson a couple years ago, and I'd never been to Arizona, but I really loved Tucson. I was at a conference there for several days, and I was just amazed because, having grown up in the South, when you were talking about the South a moment ago, it brought this to mind, but having grown up in North Carolina, and, everything is so southern here, and, you go out to Arizona, and everything is, whereas we have dense humidity, out there it's just dry heat. It was almost tolerable for me because the summers are horrid here, with the humidity level. So it was just a great, I would go back. The place I stayed at was just, and I can't recall it right now, but it was just an incredible hotel, and it looked like it was built inside of a mountain. It was just absolutely the most gorgeous sunset I have ever seen in my life. The mountains turned pink. I was just amazed. So, oh my gosh, Haeley, it was beautiful. Oh yeah. So yeah, I would love to see you go back and do a show there, because no doubt your hometown would turn out to support you, I'm sure.
I agree. I'm going to take your advice. 2015 is the year I go back to Arizona to do a show.
See, there you go.
I miss it.
That's right. Schedule a home trip to go home and visit, and just do a show in the meantime. So, now I read recently, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I read recently that you were featured as the selfie of Music City in public art display, and it was I think it was titled, I think I saw a hashtag or something on social media called Nashville Selfie. Talk a little bit. What was that all about?
Oh, that was so fun. It was part of this organization called, like AK Llamas are the designers, and it's just a wife and a husband, and they're so awesome. And so it was kind of this art campaign for diversity and, just trying to get the awareness out for the museum here and the arts and the music foundation and everything that's here in Nashville. And so I got to take these selfies, and I was featured as, one of the Nashville selfies. And the hashtag that I had was bubbly, which obviously I'm always just so happy, and I try to keep a positive outlook on everything. And so it was kind of perfect, and it was so fun. My face was like downtown downtown Nashville with my big, picture of bubbly on it. It was so funny. Every time I would drive by, I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's almost as good as having your face on a billboard in Nashville. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that is like so cool. I mean, because think about all the aspiring artists and artists, even established artists that are, either living in Nashville or going through Nashville on a daily basis, and how many of them can say that they have had that experience,
Oh, yeah.
That is too cool. That is really too cool.
It was really great. It was really awesome.
So what else have you got brewing between now and the end of the year? Are you going to be playing any big shows coming up over the holidays, or are you doing anything for New Year's Eve in terms of playing anywhere?
Oh, yeah. Well, last summer I got to play at the big Tootsie New Year's Eve bash, which was amazing. It was so much fun. And so this year, I'm looking forward to playing some shows, and the holidays are always so much fun because everybody travels to Nashville. And so I'm sure I'll be booked. I haven't booked my calendar yet for that far out, but I know that there will be something. I'm always so busy around the holidays, and it's always so fun, but I'm sure I'll be doing lots of shows and fun stuff like that. Holidays are one of my favorite times to perform.
Oh, yeah, mine too. I mean, I love the holidays in general, and just there's something about the holidays and music that just go so well together, I guess, because of all the holiday music.
Yes.
Which, by the way, can fans expect a possible holiday album from you in the future?
Yes, I was actually, I'm going to definitely do a Christmas single this year. And I meant to do one last year, and I got so busy because I went home to Arizona for Christmas and everything. But this year, for sure, I promised some fans last year that I'm going to put out a Christmas song. And so you can look for that, absolutely. I'm super stoked. Christmas is my favorite holiday, so I'm like going to go all out. I'm excited.
I have found because, and I think this somewhat applies to me too, but I've found that the most happiest and the most bubbliest people, their favorite holiday is Christmas because of all the childlike, splendor and just the magic of it all, and it's just a great time of year. And I will tell you that when you release that holiday single, please get your management to send it our way. We will be happy. We'll be playing some Christmas music on our shows upcoming, and we'll also add that to our rotation on our radio station, because we'll be playing full-on Christmas music before long. So, I mean, it's hard to believe that the summer is almost over, and we're starting to think about pumpkin spice lattes. I mean, it's crazy, how things.
I know.
Oh, I know. I love this time of year. So you and I could have major combos about that, But I saw an ad for Starbucks the other day. They said they were going to be coming out with their pumpkin spice latte earlier than normal this year, and I was just like doing major cartwheels and happiness, And people are looking at me like, really? Why are you excited? But anybody that knows me knows my love for the holidays and this time of year. The moment the first leaf falls, I'm there. It's like, bring it on.
Oh my gosh, I'm all with you. The fall, winter, that's my favorite. I love, now that you mentioned Starbucks, like their pumpkin bread, and I swear I could eat that every morning. And I love it. It's awesome.
Starbucks, they are all the rage. It's my vice, So, well, Haeley, I tell you, I'm so excited that you have so many things upcoming. I'm excited for your career as it's unfolding right before our eyes. And I know that 2015 is going to be a great year for you. I can't wait to see what's going to happen, and certainly look forward to the new music when it comes out, and especially that Christmas single. So we will keep our eyes peeled and our ears open to all the great news coming out of the Haeley Vaughn camp. But thank you so much for being our special guest this evening. It has been such a pleasure speaking with you.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's been awesome. You're so sweet.
Well, we'd love to have you back anytime, and anything we can do for you, let us know. We are glad to do it.
Yay. Well, you guys rock. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Take care, and give our best to your management and everyone, and we will be talking with you again in the future, I'm sure.
Sounds good. You have a great rest of the day.
You too now.
Bye.
Bye. One of the nicest people I have ever talked to on air. No lies. She is a fun girl. You can just tell. You can hear it in her voice. She loves life. She is the epitome of what life should be about. And you really, if I tell you, she is the go-to gal. If you're in a really bad mood, just hit her up on Twitter and talk to her, because she will turn your day around for sure. And so we want to give a huge shout-out and thanks to Haeley Vaughn for being our special guest this evening. It has been a great, great interview. And before we wrap our show, we definitely are going to play a couple songs off of her latest EP, but I want to tell you how you can find her online. You can visit her website at HaeleyVaughnMusic.com, and Haeley is Haeley. HaeleyVaughnMusic.com, and on Twitter she is the Haeley Vaughn, and on Facebook you can find her at Haeley Vaughn Music as well. So be sure and hit her up, look her up, like, follow, and that way you'll be able to stay up on all the things that she has coming up, because I tell you, she's got a busy rest of 2014 coming, and lots to look forward to coming from her. So again, we want to say a huge thanks to her, and many thanks to all of you for being here as well. And again, if you're brand new to our show, we're glad to have you, and we hope that you'll be back again. We do this every evening, Monday through Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll be back again tomorrow night with another great artist, so we definitely hope that you'll tune in for that. But before we close, we're going to play a couple of cuts off of her latest EP. The EP is Hoot and Holler, and we are going to play the title cut, as well as Boom in the Boondocks, which I love the song. It is a great party song. It's a fun song, as all of the songs. And if you've not had a chance to listen to her EP, you need to get it. You need to buy it. It is one that you'll want to have in your collection, because she is a fun artist. She's a phenomenal singer, and definitely has a great career ahead of her. So, without further ado, I will close now and wish everyone a wonderful evening. We'll see you again tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern for Rockin' Country Radio. I'm your host, DJ Delta Dawn, signing off, wishing you all a wonderful evening. God bless and good night.
Come on.
Been running around this quiet town, wearing out my goody two-boots. Getting tired of the same old thing, I'm gonna lose it if I don't cut loose. Time to trade in this old cotton dress of mine for some baby blues. I'm letting my hair down and hitting the town. It's gonna get a little rowdy tonight. Me and my girls, not a care in the world, chasing those neon lights, doing what we want even if it ain't right. Gotta liven up this life. I wanna hear that boom in the room. Boot stop, step inside, ride that bull and shoot. Back a shot of that tequila and lime. I wanna get gray in the hay, breakers in Sunday. Show 'em how country can rock. Gonna put some boom, boom, boom in the boom time. Yeah. Just a drink in the hand, a dance all in a beat. When the band starts to play, I'm on my way, and you know I'm bringing the heat. Cause I'm young, dumb, wild and free. You can try, but you can't stop me. I wanna hear that boom in the room. Boot stop, step inside, ride that bull and shoot. Back a shot of that tequila and lime. I wanna get gray in the hay, breakers in Sunday. Show 'em how country can rock. Gonna put some boom. In the countryside, but we can still get down here in this old town. Let me show you one time. 2 steps with your hands on your hips, kick, slide, and clap 3 times. Fire it up, tap it to the front, and grind, 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 switch. 2 steps with your hands on your hips, kick, slide, and clap 3 times. Fire it up, tap it to the front, and grind, 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 switch. The bass line that you can feel from your head to your boots. So put a little air in your guitar and everybody let loose. Yeah, I know you're here for a good time. So put your hands in the air, let your boots slide. Do a triple step and a weave to the left, and you're back one time, then a rock step. Hoot and holler, let me hear you hoot and holler. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. dancing I'll be. So girls, get your guys on the dance floor and get crazy if you know what I mean. Yeah, I know you're here for a good time. Just to put your hands in the air, let your boots slide. Do a triple dance, then weave to the left, then get back one time, then a rock tail. Hoot and holler, let me hear you hoot and holler. Get up and move.
Check out Rockin' Country Radio on the web. Find us at rockincountryradio.com, on Twitter at rockin_CTRY, and on Facebook at Rockin' Country Radio.